You're watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. The Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign is going on nationally and here on the Suncoast.
Sarasota police have increased their patrol recently, keeping a close eye on impaired driving through the Labor Day weekend. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from Tamiami Trail in Sarasota with more on what drivers can expect. Rick?
Yeah, guys, they can expect a crackdown on this. Labor Day weekend has become one of the deadliest.
It was a horrendous accident. My daughter was in the back seat.
What Scant bus driver William Gardner is talking about is an accident back in 2015 in Sarasota. A 24-year-old drunk driver crashed into the back of a car his wife, brother, and 3-year-old daughter were in. All involved survived the crash, but the little girl had suffered major injuries.
My daughter was a normal 3-year-old, and then just like that, she had to learn how to do everything all over again. She's still learning how to walk, talk.
Because of accidents like that, the Sarasota Police Department is cracking down on impaired drivers. For a week and a half now, you may have noticed more police out and about each night on city streets leading up to the upcoming Labor Day weekend.
When you think of driving under the influence, it's not just always about alcohol. There's drugs involved. And as a driver who is impaired, you're not only jeopardizing yourself, but you're jeopardizing all the other drivers and bicyclists and pedestrians that are on the road.
This Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign is also focusing on speeding and other traffic safety laws. Police offer this advice for anyone who is drinking.
The main thing that we want is don't get behind the wheel. One drink is way too many. Always have a plan, and if you don't have a plan, don't make that decision. Wait it out.
For William Gardner and his family, they're happy to see the police department putting more of a focus on this issue.
I'm just very grateful for that, and I wish that it would stop the drunk driving.
And this could hit your wallet. Impaired driving can cost you up to $10,000. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. Northport and the city's fire rescue getting a grant to hire new firefighters. The SAFER grant is awarded by the Department of Homeland Security and FEMA. SAFER was created to provide funding to fire departments to help increase the number of trained frontline personnel in communities. The grant is awarded for a period of 3 years. It will pay for 75% of the salary and benefits for each new firefighter. And with the new hires, the department will have 37 firefighters per shift.
An update now on the plans for a new Venice police station. As you drive down East Venice Avenue, you might notice a sign between Auburn Woods Circle and the Church of the Nazarene. That is where the new building will be. Construction will begin on that new police station next year.
All right, let's get a check now on our weekend weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Well, get a look at the rainfall. It's pretty heavy right now across parts of Manatee County near State Road 64 and 70, as well as I-75, now spreading off to the west, nearing downtown Bradenton, getting very close. It is working its way generally that way. It may get held off a little bit. Lakewood Ranch, at least near State Road 70, some very heavy rain near Lorraine Road, stretching upward to Manatee Avenue, and quite a bit of lightning occurring. And in fact, there have been some lightning strikes away from the rain, so keep that in mind. If you can hear the thunder, you're close enough to getting hit by lightning. We haven't had a lot of it lately, but now we're going to get back into that pattern for the weekend and beyond right now. You can see the last sweep of the radar still showing and indicating some very heavy rain. I took the lightning away to show you that rainfall rate, which is pretty heavy right now, over 2 inches per hour. We're talking heavy rain near Stony Brook Golf Course, near Waterleaf, as well as all the way down south near Lakewood National. We are going to see this rain here for at least the next half hour. The storms have been kind of raining themselves out, but more storms could be on the way later on this evening too, so that could have some disruption for some of the high school football action tonight due to this area of heavy rain now into Polk County, stretching down into Hardy and DeSoto counties. This is that east coast breeze, which has really made it over all the way to central Florida now. Look at the tremendous lightning strikes along the spine of the peninsula right now. Winds are going to be variable as a result of that rainfall around Parrish. They're coming out of the southwest at 12, Siesta Key less, and the Lombo Key the same, out of the southwest at 6, down south anywhere from 5 to 10 out of the southwest. Well, more on our weekend weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Another update now on the Bobby Jones Golf Club. City commissioners are still in the process of deciding how much money to allocate towards the city-owned course's renovation. But Monday, they approved the purchase of 47 new golf carts.
It's a cost that staff at the course said was necessary, but not everyone on the commission agrees. ABC7's Taylor Toragano is live there now. Taylor, how does the course look out there today?
Good evening, Jacqueline Scott. This week, the commission decided to continue its legacy contract that will replace 47 old golf carts with 47 new ones. But those who are against this decision say there's a lot better use for that $100,000. Though nearly deserted today, like many days, Bobby Jones Golf Course continues to hold its special place in the heart of Sarasota. Still, there's no question the 300 acres have seen better times since opening day nearly 100 years ago.
I think that it should be in better condition, and I think there's no excuse for it not to be.
Sean Pearson started a nonprofit called Friends of Bobby Jones Golf Club in 2013 with the goal to help revitalize this course.
This golf course is losing $8.40 per round. When I walk in here and I pay my green fees to play golf here, it's as if the city's giving me $8.40. That's the performance level we're at now.
In his opinion, the best course to take is the one recommended in a master plan presented to the commission by a golf consultant.
That means 45 holes of golf according to this particular plan. It means a new practice and teaching learning driving range, you might refer to it. And it's really the rebuilding of the entire property.
But that initial plan would cost the city more than $20 million, and Commissioner Brody has a different idea.
What I'm hoping to see is a 27-hole model that scales the sheer size of Bobby Jones down a little bit, and I think will create a product that is not only sustainable for us in the future, for the taxpayers in the future, but I think will be an attraction that will bring it back up to the glory that it once was.
A long-term vision that Brody says does not go hand in hand with the short-term decision to spend another $100,000 on golf carts that aren't used.
Purchasing 40 brand new golf carts for a golf course that's in that shape is like buying a brand new cherry when you have no ice cream to put it on.
It's important to note Commissioner Brody says regardless of the commission's decision for the fate of Bobby Jones, this 300 acres of green space will remain as is for the public to use. I'm live at Bobby Jones, Taylor Toragano, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Taylor, thank you. Dog owners now have a new and improved place to take their pups to play in Bradenton. The new and improved GT Bray Happy Tales Canine Park is now open. For the past 5 months, crews have been expanding and making improvements to the park. New pavilions, water fountains, benches, picnic tables, and waste bag dispensers are just some of the new additions. The new dog park is open every day from sunrise to sunset, except Monday mornings from 7 to 10 a.m. when the parks are closed for maintenance.
A special blood drive today for a little member of the Sarasota Police Department in honor of 4-year-old Evelyn, who just finished chemotherapy for acute lymphoblastic leukemia. SPD hosted a blood drive and Be the Match bone marrow registry, which connects donors with people in need of a bone marrow transplant. Ava's father is a detective with Sarasota Police.
The police department has been one of our biggest supporters throughout this journey, with my husband working here. But there really aren't words that could sum it up. We're just very grateful. If without blood donors, our daughter wouldn't be here today. She required 36 blood transfusions. And we are just so grateful. People don't realize that they're literally saving lives when they give blood.
Well, that blood drive was held in gratitude for the recovery of Ava, who is doing much better and is about to start a VPK. Glad to hear she's made a great recovery.
And saving more lives with that blood drive. That's awesome. Still to come in your Suncoast News, why seniors should be on the lookout for Social Security and Medicare schemes.
And how you can snag some cheap airline flights in the coming months. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new 2018 Jeep Wranglers. Or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Hurricane Lane has already caused flooding and landslides on Hawaii's Big Island, and forecasters say some parts of it may see up to 40 inches of rain. Camila Bernal has the very latest on this dangerous storm.
Hurricane Lane is losing strength, but bringing forceful winds and massive rain across Hawaii.
Attention, this is an emergency management message.
Lane has already brought flash floods and landslides. Meteorologists say there's more coming, with damaging storm surge and power outages expected. The Department of Water is asking all residents to conserve water immediately.
We issued the conservation measure as a precaution. In the event that power is lost during the storm, our pumps will not have power, and so we would only be able to supply the volume of water that's stored in our storage tanks.
Meanwhile, brush fires in Maui have forced evacuations, road closures, and even the relocation of a storm shelter. Some of the 300,000 tourists currently visiting the state have tried to leave.
I knew the hurricane was coming, so I wanted to get out as soon as possible, but you know, you can't control Mother Nature.
But with a number of flights already canceled, some tourists have been forced to take shelter in hotels.
They just told us we have to stay in the room, probably in the bathroom, not going to the window.
Officials advising residents in low-lying areas to be prepared to evacuate if necessary, as first responders may not be able to reach them during the worst parts of the storm. I'm Camila Bernal reporting.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, at least they're not getting the heavy winds like they saw yesterday with the winds up to 140 to 150 at times. The winds will be much less. In fact, it doesn't appear that those core winds will make it on land there in Hawaii. Here's what's happening with the red tide. The latest report from the FWC still showing a large area of that red tide in place. And they've also mentioned about the brown tide, which is another form of algae. It's a brown algae out here. That's not harmful, but it does aid in the red tide sustaining itself as providing a nutrient source for it. So that's not the best news. And high category, you can see that 1 million cells per liter. We see that dotted about less though in Charlotte County. and Manatee and Sarasota counties are showing up still in the high category with some medium to low concentration. We'll break it down for you right now. Here is again down south into Charlotte County. There's Grove City showing up as a medium concentration there. Several reds dotting near Minnesota Key, stretching up towards South Venice. A couple reports of high concentrations, and this has been kind of a nuisance right around Big Pass and New Pass, high concentrations, and even right there by the Ringling Bridge near the mainland, reports of up to low concentrations of red tide right there. And as we take it further north, Longboat Key, a couple of spots of right there by Longboat Pass, and then stretching up in the north end of Anna Maria Island. And notice this, right by the mouth of the Manatee River, we're getting low concentrations of red tide, even up to Egmont Key. So if you're planning on going to Egmont Key this weekend, it may not be the best advice because you're getting medium concentrations even reported there, where last week you didn't have that. And some red concentrations right there near Cortez, indicating high concentrations of that red tide. As far as the percentage go, I showed you this earlier. Again, we're showing a little bit better news in some areas. In fact, more than 25% lower into Charlotte County, 5 to 25% lower in Sarasota and into Collier counties, a little bit unchanged there in Lee County, and unfortunately in Manatee, it's 5 to 25% higher all the way up to Pinellas. Well, for us, we're going to see higher rain chances for the next several days, all the way in through next week. This is typical Florida summer pattern, that east breeze making it over into central Florida now. This will eventually move off to the west later on tonight. Now, we have had a few storms even near the coast right now. This one in particular is fairly strong near State Road 64, stretching up toward Ellenton and then up near Parrish. This is spreading off now close to downtown Bradenton, although it's kind of being held off right now, but it could break it down and get a little closer. You can see that rain stretching all the way to the upper Manatee Road there. And then down south, we have to watch this line. It is moving off to the northwest, and folks, Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda, also in the Northport, could see this in about an hour as it makes its way off toward the northwest. Well, as far as the forecast goes, the futurecast indicating that we will see the possibility of some showers around through this evening. So folks going to the football games, keep an eye to the sky. If you hear the thunder, seek shelter as quickly as you can. Here's a look now at what's happening as far as boating is concerned for us tomorrow. Well, I guess we're not going to get to the boating forecast. We'll go to the fishing forecast. Well, we'll get to the boating forecast now. Here's what's happening as far as that goes. Winds will be out of the southeast at 10 knots, a light chop on the bays and inland waters, and looks like that'll be similar conditions again on Sunday. Good chances for showers and storms scattered about right through all of next week. Typical summer afternoon and evening variety of storms. On top of that, we will see some possibilities of localized flooding. Well, now we'll get to the fishing. Here's a look at what's going on to our north. Captain Scott Moore kind of narrates it.
Kind of clean up here right now. People fishing. Beautiful up here. Water's got a little bit of a stain. I don't see a lot of dead fish. If any, I don't see any here close. There's a little bit of fish on that shoreline, but not bad. There's no smell at all up here. Looking at Passage Key, looking out on those to the east. Some of this area is beautiful right now. Just come out and enjoy yourself. The rod and reel.
Okay, so this was a day before. Now, you saw how clean it was there, and then he took this a day before that, and it was nasty. It was all filled up with fish. It stunk really bad, and obviously the red tide was there. So what that says is that it comes and goes, and that's what we're looking at right now. So some days it may be good, but that water compared to what it was last night at this time was just amazing. So again, call your folks out there who's, restaurants or whatever, and say, is it okay? And see what's happening. It may not be that bad. That's the Rod and Reel Pier. Let's go and show you some of the fish that were caught recently up near Terracea and out into the Gulf of Mexico. You can't fish much in Sarasota Bay. Breakwater Charters, Captain Brian Marcy getting that nice redfish, tossing it back in the waters. Captain Nate Weissman, he invited me out. I couldn't make it, but he said the fishing was good around some of the mangroves there up the river and north. Now, the red tide is starting to be reported today from Captain Scott Moore to the west of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. And we showed you there, Egmont Key as well, having some problems. And some snook caught. This is Matthew Smith, who is normally shooting lightning. He was out there catching some fish and kind of filming what was going on with the red tide. And he said, we got to think positive times too. There are still some clean areas, clean waterways where you can get a little fishing in, but you got to travel. Got to travel.
We hope our fish find those areas to wait it out.
That is true. Yeah, and I talked to someone who said they found dolphins all the way up into Wares Creek into Manatee County, which is a little unusual, but no reason why. But more than likely, getting away from red tide or looking for food.
Right.
There may not be enough food around.
Yeah. I was thinking about that with ospreys too.
Oh, yeah.
The birds that look like fish.
Very true. All right.
Bob, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Try and avoid the interstate if you can. I-75 northbound is backed up starting at Fruitvale Road, and that stretches all the way north to Ellington, so try and take another route home if you can. Scott?
In consumer news tonight, the Social Security Administration is warning seniors about Social Security and Medicare schemes. The agency has issued another warning to Social Security recipients to look out for scammers who present themselves as credible businesses but are really only marketing worthless or redundant services. When many seniors hear terms like Social Security or Medicare, they assume the entity presenting that information is somehow connected to the government, but they almost never are.
T-Mobile was hit with a data breach on August 20th that may have leaked personal information of around 2 million people. T-Mobile said its cybersecurity team discovered and shut down an unauthorized access to certain information and reported it to authorities. Hackers could have accessed the name, billing zip code, phone number, email address, account number, and account type of users. The company said anyone whose data has been stolen has been or will shortly be contacted by text message.
Summer airfares are some of the highest of the year, but travelers can find some great deals as fares start to fall over the next few weeks. Online travel site called CheapOair predicts average airfares to popular U.S. destinations will drop 9% in the coming weeks, and the average international fare should be about 7% lower. After that, though, hold on to your wallet because fares will again start to steadily rise until they reach their peak right before Thanksgiving.
It's a good time to get those tickets before the holidays.
Yeah, definitely. Stay with us. Entertainment news is next.
According to a new survey by U.S. News and World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality, we just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
In entertainment news, lifestyles of the rich and famous host Robin Leach died today. He was 76 years old.
Leach suffered a stroke back in November and never left the hospital. He had a second stroke on Monday. Leach is most well known for hosting Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous from 1984 to 1995, although he worked as a journalist for the Daily Mail, CNN, and People prior to that. Well, the man who killed rock music legend John Lennon nearly 40 years ago has been denied parole for the 10th time. Mark David Chapman shot and killed Lennon outside of the ex-Beatles New York City apartment building in 1980. He's currently serving 20 years to life. Now 63, Chapman went before the New York State Parole Board earlier this week to plead his case. Now Chapman won't be eligible for parole again until 2020.
The Jurassic Park ride at Universal Studios Hollywood is about to become extinct to be replaced with a Jurassic World ride next year. But superfan couple Devin and Chelsea set out to break a record by riding the attraction 62 times in one day. It took them 13 hours, but they did accomplish the feat. And then Devin threw in a little plot twist and proposed to Chelsea with a mosquito amber ring inspired by the movies.
I love the picture right there that you can see. Chelsea, will you marry? That's pretty funny. I like that.
And she said yes.
Of course.
And maybe a diamond is coming in the future.
So we'll stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather.
Get more for your money during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $182 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.